Okay, so I know a ton of you are super into real estate.
Yeah.
And let's be real.
Right.
Who doesn't love a juicy scandal?
Oh, absolutely.
So get ready,
Yeah.
because today's deep dive is a wild one.
Oh.
We're heading down to Texas for this one, where we've got a real estate agent.
All right.
She was known as the short sale queen.
The short sale queen.
But her whole empire,
Hmm.
it just collapsed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to be rough.
Her name is Nicole Espinosa.
Okay.
And this is a really fascinating story.
I bet it is. Yeah.
What makes this case so interesting
Yeah.
is that it shows us how vulnerable homeowners can be,
Absolutely.
especially when they're already dealing with financial problems.
Especially when they're in distress, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Espinosa built her whole brand
Okay.
on being this person
Yeah.
who could swoop in and save you from foreclosure.
Right, right.
She was known for being aggressive
Okay.
and really getting results for her clients.
And a lot of people online were singing her praises.
Makes sense.
But now
Yeah.
she's being accused of running a giant mortgage fraud scheme.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it's like the whole thing flipped.
It's a huge turnaround.
Yeah.
So the question is, how did someone
Right.
who was supposed to be this savior of homeowners
Yeah.
end up allegedly taking advantage of them?
That's the big question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
To really understand this case,
Okay.
you need to understand the world of short sales.
Right.
So
Yeah.
basically, when a homeowner can't afford their mortgage anymore
Mm-hmm.
and the value of their property has dropped below what they still owe on the loan,
Right.
a short sale lets them sell it for less than they owe and hopefully avoid going into foreclosure.
Gotcha.
But this whole process
Yeah.
can be super complicated.
Right.
And that's where someone like Espinosa came in.
Okay.
She positioned herself as the expert.
The go-to person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It seemed like she was on the homeowner's side, you know, fighting for them.
Right, like an advocate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But now that we know what she's accused of,
Mm-hmm.
what are some of the red flags
Good question.
that might signal that a short sale isn't on the up and up?
Right.
What should people watch out for?
Well, one of the most common tactics in these schemes
Okay.
is manipulating the value of the property.
Right.
So in this case, Espinosa and her co-conspirators,
Okay.
they allegedly used these shell companies.
Shell companies.
Yeah, basically fake businesses
Okay.
set up to hide where the money was really coming from.
Interesting.
They'd use these shell companies to buy properties at inflated prices,
Oh, I see.
making it look like
Yeah.
the market value was higher than it actually was.
So they were artificially driving up the prices.
Exactly.
Right.
Which then let them get bigger loans
Okay.
that they could then pocket the difference from.
So they were basically making money off the inflated loans.
That's right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And actually,
I was reading one of the articles about this case,
okay.
and it said that one homeowner actually discovered
Yeah.
that the sale terms on their property
Okay.
had been changed
Oh,
without them even knowing about it.
that's really bad.
Talk about a violation of trust.
Absolutely. That's a huge breach of trust.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately just one example of what they were doing.
Wow.
The investigation actually uncovered this whole web of deceit
Okay.
with fake documents, hidden connections,
Uh-huh.
and millions of dollars being moved through these shell companies.
It's a reminder that even when you think you're working with someone you can trust,
Yeah.
you can't always let your guard down.
You really got to be careful.
It's mind-boggling how long this allegedly went on
Right.
before it all came crashing down.
Yeah.
So how did this scheme finally get exposed?
Well, it seems like it started with some people in the mortgage industry
Okay.
who noticed some things in the paperwork
Okay.
that just didn't add up. Word started getting around.
Yeah.
And eventually, law enforcement got involved and launched a full-blown investigation.
So it started small,
Yeah.
and then the whole thing unraveled.
It all came tumbling down.
Exactly.
Like a house of cards.
But the fallout from this whole thing
Right.
goes way beyond just Espinosa and the people she was allegedly working with.
Absolutely.
So what are the bigger implications here?
Yeah, what does it all mean?
For both the victims
Hmm.
and for the real estate industry as a whole?
Well, for the people who were directly involved,
Yeah.
the financial and emotional impact is just devastating.
Right. They lost their home,
They lost their homes, their savings,
down their trust.
and their trust in the system. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's heartbreaking.
And beyond that,
Yeah.
these kinds of schemes
Hmm.
really damage the whole real estate market.
Yeah, it shakes everyone's confidence.
Lenders get more cautious,
They have to.
regulations get tighter,
Right.
and everybody ends up paying the price.
In one way or another, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Given all of this,
Okay.
it's super important to talk about how homeowners can protect themselves.
Absolutely.
Due diligence is always key.
Yeah.
But in a situation like this,
Right.
where someone is actively trying to trick you, what can people really do?
That's a great question.
Because it can feel overwhelming.
It can be really overwhelming.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing.
Right.
Knowledge is power.
I like that.
Right. The more you know,
Yeah,
the better equipped you are to protect yourself.
exactly.
So educate yourself about the short sale process.
Okay.
Read every single document carefully.
Hmm.
And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Ask a lot of questions.
Lots of questions, yeah. If something doesn't feel right, trust your gut
Okay.
and get some independent legal advice.
So you're saying get a second opinion?
Absolutely, a second opinion from someone who's not involved in the deal.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And remember,
Yeah.
you don't have to work with just anyone.
Okay.
Even if someone comes highly recommended,
Oh, interesting.
do your own research.
Yeah.
Make sure you're comfortable with who you're working with.
That's such important advice.
Yeah.
Don't feel pressured.
Right.
Take your time
Keep the time, yeah.
and make sure you understand every single step of the process.
Absolutely.
It's a lot like what we try to do here on the Deep Dive.
Yeah, how so?
We take complex information
Okay.
and break it down so you can make informed decisions.
Exactly. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And, I think this case,
Right.
it's going to lead to even more scrutiny from regulators, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But in the end,
Yeah.
it really comes down to individuals
Right.
being aware and informed.
Being their own advocates.
Exactly.
This deep dive has been really eye-opening.
It has been, yeah.
And it leaves us with a lot to think about.
A lot to ponder.
So,
Yeah.
for all of you out there, what steps do you think homeowners can take to protect themselves from schemes like this?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
What resources are available to help them?
Good questions.
We really want to hear from you.
Yeah, share your ideas.
Join the conversation online
Yeah, let's discuss.
and share your insights.
Right.
Until next time,
All right.
stay informed,
Stay safe out there.
stay vigilant,
Be careful.
and remember,
Oh.
knowledge is your best defense.
Knowledge is power.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All right, that's it for today.
sounds good.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.